Welcome to the temple. For today's arena stream review, May 5th, 2018. He's back. Took a week off. He's cardiganed out. He's flying solo today. You guys know and love him. You know who we're talking about. Nate, the hatchling Price. His opponent, one that all gaming communities are worried about. This can make or break games. This can also make people rich. Today's opponent, pay to win. Who will be victorious? Economy's in a crazy place now, people. And we're going to talk about it, but we're going to get into the stream a little bit before we start ranting off here.
How's it going, friends?
What up, Nate?
Welcome back to another one of our Wednesday MTG Arena closed beta live streams. I am Nate Price, a community manager for MTG Arena, and I'm back. Hope you guys missed me. Hopefully Trick was here last week, right, Sean? Is that who it was?
I should have gotten more coffee.
Right. Hopefully Trick treated you all well in my absence. You guys didn't too hard a time. I know how y'all can be. Again, so you guys know, this is going to be a gameplay stream. We're just going to hang out. I bought a bunch of gems. I could not resist myself, so I bought a bunch of gems and then bought a bunch of packs, and I haven't opened them yet. So I'm gonna open all my packs that I just got, and then I'm gonna have you guys help me build a deck this time. I think we're gonna run into one of those quick constructed events. I have just enough gold for a quick constructed event. So, welcome. If you guys are looking for new additional news this week,
Yes.
tough. I don't have any. I know that some things that we are working on is we're working on some stuff when it comes to communication for the economy. I think we might have a survey coming out about that soon.
You think there might be a survey?
That is something that you guys will get most of your information. You'll get more information from the forums than you'll get from me. As soon as we are ready to bring the dev team, once they're done doing some of the work they're doing, we can grab some of those people back up. We can do another one of those developer live streams like we did with Chris Clay just before the April update. So keep an eye out for an opportunity to do something like
April
that.
update.
Make sure we communicated about it ahead of time so that you guys know when you're coming, you're going to get one of those info streams.
Wait, it's May.
Today it's just you and me hanging out,
he's
playing
talking.
some Magic. I'm going to do my best to make sure that you guys get to contribute pretty heavily to today's streams. We're building a deck. Let's see. You got a sweet list for me? Oh, I like this. I'm going to have to look at all this stuff. All right, guys. I also see you there too, Mary. So now you know. Let's go ahead and jump on into the game real fast. I'll keep an eye on chat and everything also. But first and foremost, I'm going to open some packs. We have a lot of packs. So rather than opening them one at a time, we're gonna blast through this stuff. So
Here he goes.
I have a quest today. I know that previously we've been doing a lot of
I don't know,
hope
California.
you guys don't mind. I'm just going to blow through opening some of these packs unless I open something particularly sweet.
Joyra.
Is that a pair of Joyras? That's kind of
Oath of Teferi is such a tease.
Let's see. Yeah, 90 packs.
Josu,
Ooh,
Falathran, Urza's Ruinous Blast. I would like to play around with that card. That's pretty
Oh,
interesting. 10
I'm gonna
right
have
there.
Some vaults to open at the end of all this too.
Karn,
About this.
Moldrova,
So,
Daring Archaeologist. I'm jealous of that one.
So I don't know about you guys. I don't know what you feel like playing. I am partial to control decks, but I will
Lyra,
be at your whim. So
Chain
I'll
Whirler,
let you guys kind of
another
toss together some
Moldrova,
ideas.
Banalish
We'll
Marshal.
build some stuff on stream, and then we're gonna jam it into one of those quick constructed events and see how things do. Another good
Shalai, Helm of the Host,
here. Oh, I like all
Bells in the Lock. I wish I had a Bells in the Lock.
All right. Ooh, And yet
Another Helm of the
one.
Host. Another Joda.
Keep those wild cards coming. So we're gonna need these.
There's
I
Teferi.
did
And
get
there's
the
a Mox Amber.
No
Jealous
trick,
of
I
that
didn't ask
too.
for them. Like I spent dollar bills on these. These are my packs. My packs. Not allowed to ask for packs, man. Come on. Gotta keep things fair. All right, so we also have 360. Oh man, one vault progress for every day of the year, except for leaf years. So let's claim all of these wild cards. And then
We're about to
gonna
take a pause here. Let's see.
go in and build our decks. All right, so we have a ton of stuff. We can build a lot of things. Helm of the Host, Rat Colony. I like where your head's at. I'm not gonna do that. So
Do it.
all right, let's see. Muldrotha Saga. That's kind of a cool idea.
All right, I think he's getting into deck building. Kind of missed the point
Buff
where
packs, no, I was opening them 10 at a time. I had 90 to open. So when you open them 10 at a time, it only shows you the rares, mythics, and then rare mythic wild cards that you get in those spots. 10 at a time. So let's see. What kind of thing? Let's see. Hi, everyone. So I'm seeing some Muldrotha stuff, Mono Black.
All right. He rambles on there for a second, as you would be unsurprised to see. Here is a chart I found on the internet. You know, if you just do Google searches, you can find a lot of stuff. You might not know about the Google, but it's quite useful. So where does Magic Arena end up on this chart? I think we're right here in the bottom left. Now, the interesting thing about this is only true up until a point. Once everyone has all the cards, then it's about skill, and it's no longer a pay-to-win game. Then it's not pay to win once everyone has all the cards. But to get those cards right now, you got to pay money, which is why I was interested that you were here, California, because I think you're still rolling on the free-to-play system. Oh, you guys can't see it? Well, the bottom right says, yes, pay to win. And it says, can you buy such things as XP boosts or items that save you time? I know that before the Dominaria update, or right when the Dominaria update came, I basically had one good deck, which was my approach deck, which wasn't that good because Red Deck Wins was just better. Maybe that's not the case now, and I still don't think approach is the best deck. I think Blue-White Control is a better deck. It's just too boring for me, so I'd rather play approach. I don't want to win on Teferi Ultimates. That's just, I can't wait around that long. So that's why I play approach. But I think Blue-White Control is a better deck. So the people who complain about approach should really not, because it's not even the best deck in the format, in my opinion. And you know what? This format isn't solved yet either. So there could be decks that are still better than it that we haven't found. Like that black-white aggro deck that they're playing on that we showed earlier is better than Blue-White Control, or beats Blue-White Control regularly. But I was still probably, by the time Dominaria hit, I think I was still 8 rares short of where I wanted to be in that approach deck. I think I had just gotten to 2 settles, so I was still 1 settle away and 7 dual lands away. I know, California, and I'm here to defend approach and tell people they're different. If you never see an approach, it's not an approach deck. But I couldn't get there. Like everyone was free to play at that point, and I could not get there for one single deck. I couldn't get. Mono red people, I feel like could almost get there. Because the only lands you needed were uncommon with Ramanop Ruins and Sunscorched Desert and Mountains. You needed a good amount of rares for the Phenai and Hazaret. But I think it was actually require less rares if you include land than a blue-white approach. A few more mythics, though. I don't think the blue-white approach had any... I guess I played Gideon, but I don't think you needed that. Yeah, I mean, I bought a few other things because I wanted to... But you can't mess around. Like, I thought there was a quote here where Nate says, you know, I bought all these packs, like I might have just talked over it, because I wanted to have fun. What kind of garbage is that? Yeah, Thelona, you're on the free-to-play system too. I mean, they keep talking about putting all this stuff in the game to make it fun. And then Nate Price admits himself that you just can't have that much fun when you don't have cards, and so you have to pay money to have fun. And that sounds even worse than pay to win for me, is pay to fun. They need to step up their frickin' game. And the fact that Nate has to put $100 of his own money in the game, they won't even give him free cards. Like, I don't get that at all. If he's going to buy the cards anyways, give it to him for free. They're trying to take $100 from one of their employees to play the game he's promoting. How frickin' cheap can you be? That is the cheapest sounding cheapness I've ever cheaped. Like, he's like, well, I could just sit around and play pre-constructed decks. And he blames it, like, he says he has to spend money because he doesn't have time to grind. A 4-win grind for one pack doesn't get you there. Ask Thelona, ask California. A pack a day does not get you there. And even if you have one good deck or one close deck that you get consistent wins and quick constructed, like I haven't really grinded my face off in quick constructed. And you know, I have a very sweet approach deck, so it's I pretty much make money every time. But man, it's tough. It's tough. This game is just, at this point, it is certainly not. It is certainly pay to win or pay to fun. Like, we need to be able to play with more cards. And now Dominaria is here, and we're even farther cards behind. Like, I would love to make Our Promise deck. Not even close. I have 0 Our Promise. I'd like to make a full lands, Fall of Thrawn, Our Promise, complete nonsense deck. Can't. Because where am I going to run it? I'm going to run it for 4 games in rank constructed, when I could get those wins just by playing in the quick constructed queue anyway, and with the approach deck that's going to win me money. They are limiting our fun by being so cheap with the economy, and I don't understand how they can say with a straight face that they're trying to make this game fun. This game needs to be way cheaper than MTGO, and it's just not right now. It's not even close. Well, let's hope not, Thelona. Let's hope that's not the point. But it's crazy bad right now. I don't see any way. Like, they need to just... like, for me, quick constructed is a good way to grind. If I want to play, like, 1 deck, maybe 2 decks. Because it's a pretty safe way for me to continue to get cards and money. Draft, on the other hand, is not a safe way for me to grind. The fact that you don't get vault progress for the draft packs is terrible. you need that vault progress. And to average 5.5 wins a game in draft, I think it's pretty tough, especially in best of one. Like, I feel like MTGO Online, if you go 2-1 in a draft queue, you make your money back, or you even maybe make a little more if you go 2-1. Perhaps that's in the friendly queues. I don't have all the data for that. But 2-1 is what, 60%? So out of 7 wins, that would be 3 wins maybe. Wait, that's not right. It'd probably be like more like 4 wins or 5 wins. So I would think that the price point might have to be at 4.5 wins if they're going to be doing what they're ever doing, and not 5.5 wins, because that is just too much. Like, you get boosters and stuff, but you get 1 booster most of the time. You don't get 3 boosters. And you can't always rare draft, and you don't get wild cards. You get a few extra commons and uncommons, but not really, since the computer probably drafts uncommons like crazy, since they're very good in draft normally. Yeah. I can't. This next survey, I'm going to completely trash the economy. It's just dumb. Like, I thought Quick Constructed wasn't that great. I think it's a pretty one good way to grind. Like, if people want to play competitively, get rewarded, I think that's great. But there needs to be something else for people who don't want to do that. And 4 wins a day for 1 pack is not that. Also, I can't remember what else. I don't know. This economy is busted and it's terrible right now. But if you pay money, this game's pretty fun right now. Now, I know I got the 90 packs. But I'm still very short. Like, that green-white deck is still short 7 lands. And I have probably 7 rare wild cards. I feel like if they just gave us the lands for free, that would change a lot. Like, if they want to be dicks with the economy like they are now, like, if we had all the lands for free, 7 rares can go a long way to making a deck. But if you just have to spend 7 rares, like, every deck needs 8 rares on lands just to get going, that's stupid. I kind of agree with that, California. I think it's fun. Like, Beard has a good time, from what I've been able to tell, playing those QCs. And it's not really to grind, it's just that he gets to play games, and there's rewards to it. And I'm sure CGB has a good time on the ladder. EOS, the Doombringer. If they keep this economy, I think it's dead. You can't expect people to try to play a game, get crushed, and then spend $100 to make a decent deck when they don't know what they're doing yet because they've just been getting crushed. I mean, luckily net deck is a thing, so people could net deck. And it's not that hard, and you can find out what deck is playing. But if the meta changes and your deck is no longer good, you're stuck with those cards. So then I don't know what you do. Then you have to spend another $100. $100 a set is outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. I mean, it's fine for people, and, you know, people who love the game, yada, yada, yada. I spend way more money on paper, yada, 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 whatever. That's garbage. This game needs to be full. They need lots of people playing this game, more than that's playing Mitgo. And to do that, you just have to make it much freer to play. Well, that's not true because I spew it all on draft. That's not the standard model for Eternal. Maybe it is. I don't know. I never put any money in Eternal. But it's not. It shouldn't be about business. This game should be about making people interested in playing Magic. They have paper and they have Mitko. That's the freaking business, man. They have tournaments. That should be the business. This should be the one that draws thousands, tens of thousands of people into the game. And then people who want to spend money have a good place to spend it. And like Mitko, where at least you have a redeemable card at the end, you know? You can sell your card off. They should do better than that, EOS. I don't think people like the Hearthstone economy. I think they need to do better than that. They just shouldn't look at this as their main source of income. It should be their main source of views and popularity, but this should by no means be their main source of income. Now, I don't know how much money they've sunk into here, and now they feel like they have to get it all back. But I would like to think if you ground enough, that it would be like Duels where you could almost get the whole set right away when the set came out. Because that would be more fun. I mean, opening packs is fun, so I understand somehow delaying that process, but you gotta have the cards to be able to brew. Or like someone was talking about, like, in a casual queue, you have access to all the cards. Now, that might solve a lot of stuff. Like, if I could just brew all day and throw up slop and play it in a casual queue, that's fun for me. That's probably more fun for me than it is to, like, be grinding in the hardest, most try-hard queue. Like, I think I'd rather just sit around and build, and then maybe I come onto a cool deck and then I play it. $100 a set isn't enough. Not if you want to try out more than one deck, that's for sure. I think you could probably build mono red GPG for $100. I don't really know about the approach deck because I spent $100 and I got there, but I was already building the approach deck. I already had the approaches and to settle the wreckages. Yeah, I don't know. Yo, Helion, what up? Yeah. This needs to be freer. Doesn't need to be totally free, but initially I was defending Wizards being like, well, you know, no one really has all the cards. But we need to be much closer to all the cards than paying $400 or something. Like, I feel like everyone should have one perfected deck right now with all the lands. Now, if you go in greedy and you're trying to go 3-color, well, then maybe you don't deserve all the lands. But at this point, if you've been playing the game since the last wipe, you should definitely be happy with at least one deck. In my opinion, you should at least have 2 good decks on a free-to-play scale. Yep, that's true, but they expect you to be able to play cards forever. Exactly. Freaking exactly. I don't mind getting gouged for vanity items at all. But that's totally like it's in the merch, right? It shouldn't be the main focus of the game is you have to pay money. It's just way too expensive. Anyway, I'm gonna get some coffee. We can keep talking about this, but I'm gonna roll the stream when I come back. Because he talks about nothing, so he might as well just keep talking about the economy. That's true, Helion. That seems to make sense to me, California. I haven't checked all the numbers, but seems good to me.
Control. Yeah. What do you guys feel like playing today? Because again, like I said, we're gonna.
So in
jump
case you just came
we're
in,
gonna have a little bit of
Nate
fun,
is in
but
the middle of
I wanna
building
let you know
a
also, like, I kind of
he's
fought
gonna
this
end up
for a
building
while
like a
'cause,
Just
again,
Kai
like, I didn't
Joyra
use
historic deck.
any of my wild cards, and I was really considering trying to make these Wednesday streams.
One more point I'd like to make is right now I spent $100, and I have one good deck, and I probably have 7 mythics and 7 rare wild cards. Now I could spend all that and probably have second. Well, Helion, if it goes to the vault gets you wild cards. I mean, maybe vault progress just needs to be twice as fast. But anyway, my point is, I could build another good deck with those. Almost. I'd still be short probably a land or two, but I'm saving them because I know there's going to be some super powerful rares in Kaladesh that I want, and I have no assurance at all that I'm going to be able to build up that many wild cards again. In fact, I don't think I can, which is why I'm saving them. I would much rather just be able to build another deck and spend it all, knowing that by the time the next rotation comes in, by the time Kaladesh comes in, I'll have enough wild cards again. But nope, I don't think that's going to happen. So I have to save them.
Just be a free to play experience the entire time, like just playing with the basic pre-constructed decks, working our way up. I realized that given that I don't get an opportunity to play as much during the week that I would like because of work, that would be incredibly boring and not entertaining at all because we wouldn't get much progress from week to week. It's one of the benefits of having.
This is the point where I was going to stop. I mean, this is Nate admitting that the game is just completely pay to win.
Realized that given that I don't get an opportunity to play as much during the week that I would like because
he
of
blames
work,
it on that, but
that would
doesn't
be
make a
incredibly
difference.
boring and not entertaining at all because we wouldn't get much progress from week to week. It's one of the benefits of having like other people tag in who have gotten more opportunities to play as you get to see their cool decks. And I want to do more fun things. So
I want to do fun things, so I have to pay $100.
I've played and won three games, and that is the extent of my ability to play so far this week. I'm way behind. So today you're going to help me get to the next level.
I like the infinite ICRs.
Blue White Approach, it's funny.
Because they might get you to build a deck that you wouldn't normally build.
One of my favorite decks to play, and I do have a Blue White Spells quest on my
And
list,
I know the wild cards are better for building a
it's also
specific
Delicious
deck, but I don't
Master,
mind
which is
them
another
steering
fun,
you into random
approach
good
deck.
decks, you
Let's
know,
see.
just from ICRs.
What else?
As
you
long
guys
as the
are looking
rewards
for?
are good
I'm seeing a
enough and
whole
you
bunch
can
of
build
stuff.
it,
I see
then I think it encourages playing different stuff, which I like.
Fun. It's fun for me. Mono Black Control Taxes. Revel in Riches second.
What up, Soul Power? What's going on?
No, I
Good
do
to have you
reserve
back.
veto rights. We're just gonna say that. So, Wizard deck. Why do you need White and Explore?
I'm going to talk over Nate most of the time, and I expect you guys to chat over him too, because he's going to go into deck building here, and it takes forever.
Using Nicol Bolas. Good Sir Nicholas.
Are you talking about Nate, Soul Power?
Move for the other sweater. Oh, Nate's cardigan. How are you doing? Yeah, I know who you are.
Yeah, how can he not sneak in?
I love my sweater too.
But you know why? It's because he can't get the wins because he was playing constructed decks against
Let's see, mid-rangey good stuff.
other people.
Historic theme, fun theme deck. Could I do? Let's see. How about this? Rather than giving me a whole bunch of deck archetypes, let's pick a build around. Card.
Yeah, he does the follow-through. We were playing that the other day.
Like to try
with Jody.
to build a deck around. I saw a good number of Muldrothas earlier. Karn, Trax. It's a pretty decent idea.
I think Traxos is pretty garbage.
Build out? Let's go into the.
I would love to test it out and build a bunch of stuff, but that's what $100 got him. 11 mythics and 19 rares.
You guys are gonna break me, aren't you?
For $100. 8 of those rares have to go to lands if you're playing two-color deck.
Make a straw poll.
So that's 11 rares now you have access to.
All right, here's what we're going to do. I kind of like this idea, so we're going to start here. Do you want to build a Joyra historic deck? How does that sound as an idea?
I know, he plays... I didn't finish
We'll be able to
watching the
play
stream,
some of
but
these,
it
we can
also
make
takes
we
them
can make
forever to build the deck.
Like Jeskai colored if we want to. Get in maybe Teferi and ability to do some. Yeah, definitely gonna try to put Karn in this deck. Does that sound like a reasonable idea? I mean, it sounds terrible. Yeah, of course, but like we're doing this.
Random
All right,
wild
cool.
card
Got
every
enough
5
people
wins or
saying yes,
so.
It's gonna be cool. So let us start
Zonko.
with black, blue, and white.
I encourage
and
everyone who's in
let's
this
start with
chat today to
historic. So
try to
probably actually move into deck building
concretize your ideas. You know,
So
make your
let's
ideas
start
really
like
strong, and then
this.
jam them in that
Historics are
survey
boring.
if we
Well,
get
let's
that
try our
survey.
best I mean, if you say historic decks are boring, let's do our best to make a historic deck that is not
Historic
boring.
decks are not boring. They're awesome.
If that's possible. If it turns out that that's not possible, that kind of sucks, I guess. So, all right, well, we're definitely
Right?
gonna
Trexos
start with
doesn't
the
seem that good,
cards
but it'd
that,
be super fun to play around with it.
we definitely want to do. All right, so we're definitely gonna want some joyers in here. I'm actually just going to.
I want to try
want
mono
a full
blue.
set of
Not even
joyers.
close.
I want at least 3, so I'm going to make a couple more joyers. I don't know if we want a full 4. Legendary stuff is a little hard to play around with.
Triple Joyra.
let's
Giddy up.
Let's do a trio of rafts as well. This is a lot of 4-drops, man. Like, I don't know how I feel about
It
that.
always
Let's,
is a
let's
lot
move
of
off his
4-drops.
Actual historic stuff. What are these other cards that reference historic specifically? Daring archaeology. Yeah, like.
The thing is, like,
Here's your little learning thing.
you don't really
I work
need
at
to have a
Wizards.
concrete suggestion. We all know what
I'm
it is.
far
It's just
enough
stop
removed
being
away
so
from some of the
goddamn
ways
cheap.
These sets can move through now. I used to be like super on top of things, but like
The
there's a lot
level of
domino cards
progress
that don't work.
is
Like, I've been
not
so
great,
busy
and
with
we
other
could come
stuff
up
that I
with a
haven't been able to
billion
catch
different
up.
ways to make it better.
So, see, do squeeze.
But,
some black blade. You want some weather lights? Yeah, let's get some weather lights up in here. Where are you, my friend?
Just stop being cheap, man.
Do I own any weather
They
lights?
could just be
Oh,
giving
okay,
us more
fix
gold. They
that.
could be giving us more packs. They could be giving us more free cards. There's a lot of ways to do it.
Let's
Some are better than others,
what else are
but
we gonna
all
do?
of them would result in the same thing if we just got
Oh, wait,
more.
okay, cool.
People
Let's
being able to
put
play more decks
at
and have
least
more
2
fun
weather
without
lights
having
in
to
this decks.
put in $100.
Alright, so now we have the weather
I don't know what
lights.
Ninja's up to, but
let's look at the artifacts that we
his lands were
got.
looking pretty good, so
Let's
I
do,
think
let's do
Ninja
sagas
has been
first.
going. He might have broken his rule.
I guess it's just Saga, isn't it? Traxos, alright. Yeah, we'll go look at Traxos too after this, I promise.
See, I'm just
so,
not.
which of these sagas do you
I'm
guys
just not that
like
into.
the most? Like, I'll tell you right now, the thing I would like to do.
Like,
but
I
actually
understand
don't
you
know if
want to
it's
build a
possible. I wonder,
specific
is there
deck. I
mana
understand
ramp
that.
artifacts in this? 'Cause can we
But
do,
I like the
can we
idea
do
that
a,
ICRs
mana
would make
rocks
you build a
into
different deck.
Armageddon? 'Cause
It's
that
still a
sounds
very
lot of
like a
fun.
still a viable good
Oh,
deck,
Mox Amber.
and it makes you play something you wouldn't play. I
Let's
like
put
that.
Mox Amber in here.
Now I know there's people
Yeah,
who
no
just
more
want to play
4-drops
one
for
thing
real.
and that's it.
So,
I like blue control.
Mox
That's all I want to
Amber,
do.
It's a legend, right? Yeah.
ICRs
so
suck
there's
because
also
they
Power
keep
Stone
giving
Shard.
me
Is that
mono
a
red
real, Is that a
stuff.
real thing? Can we do that?
I don't
Can
know.
we make power like mana rocks into
I like
Pyramid
the
of
kind of
Pantheon.
randomness.
Ooh.
I like
where
cards
your
like
head's at. That's a great
what
idea.
is it? Burning Inquiry,
Where are you, Pyramid?
Gamble.
You cost 1, don't you?
What was the thing you spun up with energy that's banned?
Yes, we were putting
Eighth
in
or
at least 3
something.
of these. Yes, it's real. All right. Yes, it's real is good enough for me. Let's have some fun. All right, we'll put at least.
Seriously,
We're probably
like,
gonna change these numbers around later, but this is good. Thing is, getting
if they
sucks.
want their model to
Yeah, I
be-
mean, it's whatever. Like it's a miserable.
spend
play
$5
experience
a
for
month
most
on this
of it,
game
but,
like a subscription service. I
I'm-
think
I'm
that's an
definitely
okay
a big
price
fan
point.
of this. So, Skittering Surveyor, Fixer Minutes, and it's a 3-drop. That's the one.
I
that
know
gets
most
the basic
subscription
land
fees
out
are
of that,
probably
right?
like $10 to $15 these days.
I will keep that in mind.
Once
right
again,
now I'm looking for more.
gotta make
looking
this
for
game
mana rocks,
popular.
Where that's a 3-drop.
You got to
right?
think
That,
bigger picture than how much money
how
we can
much
make
are-
off this game. You got to think about
All right.
how much
So-
an extra 100,000 online players is going to
I don't think
change
there's
all of
anything
Magic.
Else that we want to or can use for
Not
this, right?
can we juice the 10,000 players
Sorry,
we already
really
have.
Quickly looking through this and trying to keep an eye on you guys for all of your.
Right on, Hazenko. And thanks for coming
Comments
through,
and stuff like that.
Hazenko,
Like, do we
if I
want
didn't
to,
say that before. Because I
Do we
haven't seen your
wanna
name
run, like,
in the
a
chat,
one-off
or I
Azor's
can't remember
Gateway?
it, which is even worse.
Golden Lotus, man.
I still think that's a bad plan. If they
Maybe,
take away, if
I
they
do
give too
like-
much and then take it
I do like
away,
Gilded Lotus.
everyone's going to feel cheated and they're
Regardless
going to quit the game.
I'll put one in. I'll put one in.
I
so
still
that
think starting
I'm-
stingy is the right way,
so,
but they
that one.
can't believe he just made a Gilded
Transcend
Lotus.
Portal Gateway. We'll get to the.
What a narb.
that stuff real fast. So
Maybe with Walking Ballista, you could convince me that Gilded Lotus is okay.
we might sub that out. We'll see.
People are saying Juggernaut is maybe decent draft.
Reveal the top 2 cards. An opponent chooses one of them.
It is
Karn
colorless.
good? Do you guys like Karn? Karn seems sweet, right?
Karn seems sweet. He is sweet. We talked about him earlier,
Karn's
and I'm
fine. I
still.
don't know how great he is in this deck. Oh wait, no, that's right. We're going Mana Rocks. Smart. Yeah, Karn is good. All right, so we have 6 Mythic Rares left. Let's pull one more Karn in. I'm piecemealing out my Mythics.
I don't know why they didn't. Why did he have to spend his own money? It's like he wanted to do this as a free-to-play stream, and then realized he couldn't have any
What do you
fun.
guys think? Have you considered a deck with all 4 drops? In fact, I have. Welcome to the party.
But then,
Look, guys,
because
I can't
like
just tell you
he
things.
still
Like, I
wants
have
it
to-
to
I have
be
to ask
a
you, that way
realistic
you guys can feel
experience, he
smart when
spent
you
his
tell
own
me that
money.
I'm an idiot. Like that's
That's
come on now,
dumb.
please. Mirage Mirror. You
Juggernaut
say.
is sweet. I mean, I got a lot of history of Juggernaut,
Oh, must cost 3.
as do most people, since it just keeps showing up, right?
We might get to that. We'll see. Dead against red deck wins. Yeah.
All right,
that's
so we
okay.
got
you lose some. Like you
Thran
win some, you
Temporal
lose some.
Gateway in there. We
I'm
got 2
perfectly
Weather
fine with
Lights. I
that.
think he crafted one.
Let us.
3 Pyramid of the
Let's go to actually
Pantheons.
putting cards in our deck now.
Did he make
Let's,
another Mox
bust
Amber
this
too?
back out. Go look at those sagas.
3 Pyramid of
We
the
are
Pantheons?
going to get some Fall of the
Huh?
Thrans into this deck.
Yes. I'm jealous of that right
I
there.
wanna play
I would love to
three
do that
games.
with some of my rares. I would love.
We'll probably screw around with
To
this
craft
next
2
round a
more
bit.
Fall
Yeah,
of
we
Thrones.
We're gonna need some. We
Actually,
need some
probably
board
3 more.
Sweepers.
I think
What
you
do we
need
have
all
for board
4
sweepers, friends.
if you're going to start destroying lands.
Because if we don't actually play control,
He's
we will
ramping
not
into the
win.
Fall of Thrawn.
So I would like to find some ways to control the game. What are our board sweeper options?
Ramping into Gilded Lotus.
Joy's a 3/3.
This card was unplayable in Duel's Pyramid of Pantheon.
This deck is not great.
Work your way to a Black Lotus.
Settle the wreckage. There we go.
Burger's Rebuke.
Rebuke's good. I mean, the thing is like we're going mana.
Who's
ramp,
got
we can go
time to
expensive.
tick a
Like,
Pyramid of Pantheon when
we
there's a
love settle the wreckage because the deck. I mean, we need
friggin'
more forward
Earthshaker
cards,
Kenra
so.
just beating at your door?
Our Devastation. That's a really good call. I actually.
Did I miss the part where someone suggests Sailor of Means and he gets all excited?
Plenty. Okay, we're still
Might
gonna
have.
need.
I think you should have gone with Urza's Ruinous Blast. What does that card do?
Legendary artifact. Sweltering Sun. I'm worried about Sweltering Suns. Like, I know it's a 3-drop, but I don't think that really matters too much for us. Like, what kinds of actual creatures do we want to put in this deck? How are we killing our opponents? Like, what are we actually doing to win? I know that we're gonna get in and leave our opponent with no lands that eventually become lands, but I don't actually see how we're winning the game with the cards that we have. So.
Ah, see, Thelona? He's coming around. He's getting there.
Okay, is that something we can put in the search box? Ways to kill.
Win cons
our
are overrated, though,
opponents.
for sure. Just do your
Well,
thing and see what
apparently
happens.
We can craft them, but that's about all I've got right now. Frustrate them to death. That's real smart. Karn and Weatherlight can win. I mean, there's a lot of artifacts in this deck, so
Do it. Cue it up, Nate. He's still got 8
I
cards to
still
go,
feel- alright,
and he's going to
fine.
play the full 24 lands, probably.
Let's be honest now.
Traxxas.
Temporal
let's do
Gateway
Traxxas.
seems terrible in this deck.
Okay, so let's put the tracks.
Ouch is on.
In fact,
But
let's just
welcome to
put,
the game.
I'm gonna put.
I mean,
all the tracks. So
gameplay-wise, I love this game. Don't get me wrong.
Putting 3 in of things and not putting 4 in.
That's always been his win con. Like, that's his favorite way to play.
Yeah, I'm not gonna play that. That's a very reasonable thing.
I mean, this
So,
game has so much
second-
potential. I
don't
love
wanna
the
play
speed you
approach
can
in
play this game at.
Antiquities War. All right, let's see.
I'm fine with the animations or whatever. That's a good question,
yeah, that card seems
California.
real good, and obviously it costs 4, so it has to go in the deck. So we'll put a couple of these bad boys in the deck. You know what? In fact, we're starting at 2. We might as well go to.
No.
I have 8
Stop,
rare slots
Nate.
left, and I want to use them for lands. Squee.
See,
Does
look at
Squid
that. He has to
do
stop
anything?
building his
I
deck
mean, like, literally,
for land,
like,
and he's not even going to
There's
get
just, like, a null
nearly
rod
enough
where
lands.
Squid does not. Look at this 4-drop slot.
How many lands does he need?
That's great.
He's possible 24 lands he could play that are
Anyway.
rare.
So, Demand Square, I love Sailor of Means, and you know, more artifacts isn't bad. Downside is like like
3
I
Traxos?
don't know.
Ooh, that seems a bit much.
Let's see. Where did this guy get all his wild cards? This guy bought 90 packs and opened them all. So, and then cracked a whole bunch of.
You just started 4
vaults.
days ago, Soul
So-
Power? Well, congratulations. Welcome to the game. 12 packs.
No, this is not. This account is no longer free to play.
Can't build much with
decided
12
to- I
packs.
broke down today and spent my money to get some things. So, yeah, I didn't think Swear was that great. So, let's see. I'm not approaching. Yeah, isn't this mana curve great? All right, so we have
Mana
5
curve
cards
is
left.
great.
I'm actually gonna go take the chance now, and we're gonna
Well,
do. Let's.
You're in, man.
What does Teferi do?
Now
again?
you can complain
He's
about
really
the
good, right?
economy with the rest of us. What does Teferi do?
Draw a card, untap 2 lands. Put
This is what Teferi does.
Sweet,
Yeah,
sweet
sure,
value.
whatever. We'll put Teferi. Is this the right Teferi?
Yeah,
No,
sure.
no. Get out of here. Get out of here. The other Teferi.
No! What are you doing,
Yeah,
Nate?
Planeswalker deck Teferi is definitely the one
Let's
here.
check-
All right, get in.
Don't do it!
You get in the deck.
What is he doing?
Man, this Teferi is so good.
Chat completely tricked him.
Oh, yeah, we can play Niambi. That's so good.
What?
I mean, is it good though? Is it really good?
It just finds Teferi.
Yeah, but I mean, like Teferi's awesome, so I kind of like that. What does Oath of Teferi do again? Flickers. That's right.
What just happened there?
Does it twice.
Yeah. All right. Why am I not playing a real deck? Because this is more fun.
He's gonna regret that.
yeah,
He's gonna look
Devastation
back
is
on this
awkward now,
stream
but like,
and be like, "What did I just do?"
I don't care that much. I'm just using this to get to the point. Like when I play Teferi, I shouldn't need to Hour of Devastation afterwards. Is kind of what I'm building to. Plus, I can always
You
plus
sure
Teferi
did,
and
California.
then Hour of Devastation.
I need to go
Alright,
back
let's
and look
let's
at the
get
chat,
lands
man.
that
I
want
think
real
chat
fast.
just
I'm sorry to
bamboozled
jump ahead.
him.
But we're gonna be putting in our dual lands.
The card that might be banned from the format
So
wasn't good enough for him.
Let's do
Instead, he crafted the Planeswalker
a
edition.
couple of clifftop retreats.
I didn't see that part of the stream before. Holy moly. I'm sorry, I got a little excited during that part.
Already pass it. Okay, cool.
It's meta defining in Arena right now,
Quick.
that card.
Twitch chat. What's the blue red land that I'm looking
Sulfur
for?
Falls.
You guys are smarter than I am. There is one, right? I'm not crazy.
There is in Dominaria. There wasn't before, though.
Probably crazy. Wouldn't surprise me if I was crazy.
Right there. Go.
Sulfur Falls. Hold on, to back up. Yeah, there it is. Yep, that's a good call.
I mean, that's kind of weird. When they're grayed out like that, it is hard to tell what the lands are doing. Like what colors they are. Like the Sulfur Falls looks the exact same as the Submerged Boneyard. It's kind of awkward. I'd still like some kind of color indication on the card, even though it's grayed out. Otherwise, you do have to search it up kind of by name, which is bad.
Okay, now I need the blue, white.
I got Sulfur Falls when I was opening some packs. Getting you towards that Wizards deck. Watch those rares go away as he crafts these freaking lands.
Cool. That looks like a mana base, kind of. All right, we have 3 more cards and 3 mythic rares to play around with. So, what are we doing? What are we doing with our mythic rare friends?
I like Jorah.
Let's,
I
let's
would
go look at
certainly
just
play around with
specifically
Jorah
mythic
a
rares, 'cause
lot.
Obviously, we could use commons around commons. Why would we do that?
Drawing a card for playing a card seems like good value.
Let's see. What kinds of cool things can we do in white, blue, and red, and artifacts and gold cards? So with mythic rares,
3/3 is not the best body, and she doesn't fly or anything.
Teferis. I don't want it. The Hero Dominaria is not what I'm.
But it
looking
seems
for.
like a
Pure
card,
Time Bender is
if
where
it
it's
sticks
at. It's
around,
the life I'm living. It is very good.
pretty good.
It is a nice life. All right, so
The 4-drop slot is tough, though, because you kind of want to play a Jeskai deck like he's doing with Raph.
Let's see.
And you want to play Raph
Karn's
first so you can
Temporal
sneak
Sundering.
her
I
in,
will
so you almost
remind
always get one
myself
because
what
it's their
that
end
card
step.
does.
But then being able to drop like Ornithopter after Joy Rush,
Karn,
that seems fun to me.
is Karn's Temporal Sundering a mythic or is it a rare? It's a regular rare, right? I'm out of rare
Cycle
wild
lands are
cards.
very good,
We left that
and
one
he
on the
likes to
table,
dirtle.
so-
Cycle
which I'm
lands are
fine
better
with,
for
so.
dirtling.
Axe Immortality, Locust God.
How about Angel of Sanctions? That card's good.
Alright.
Locust God is actually a pretty
Crazy.
decent
This might be
suggestion.
crazy. Let's go back. Let me look at Locust God.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
Whenever I draw a card, I might be doing that. 4/4 fly. All right. Do we want to put one Locust Guard? One Locust Guide? It's all in caps. How can I argue that? So, Lyra, so we don't tie. All right, so we can do Lyra, Locust God. I'm not doing a Brooklyn accent. I'm sorry. Although my D&D character and the D&D character of the other people that I play with, we definitely have Brooklyn accent. We're in a city right now where we are from out of town and trying to pretend like we are in town from this other place, and so we just put on terrible Brooklyn accents. And I'm from the Midwest, and so a lot of my friends live all over the place, and I pick up little bits and pieces of people's accents from time to time. And especially as I get speaking like animatedly, they come out. The real good ones are when you catch me speaking with like the bit of Wisconsin and Chicago stuff, like that just creeps in, especially when you say the names of the places that they're from. So, all right, let's put a single Locust God in because
Land
it was in
wild
all
cards.
caps,
That's a
and
pretty
I can't
interesting
use
suggestion.
all caps. Plus, it has a 4 in the casting cost, which means that it's probably correct.
Special wild cards just
All right,
for
so
lands.
Lyra.
That's one way
as
to do
the
it.
Only angel in the deck.
I mean, lands are a
Seems like
big
a terrible
problem
idea.
with the economy.
Oh man. Oh man, I'm glad to know. Prophet TD, Prophet D, we got this. We're at least going with something that people are, at least a person is doing.
Seriously,
All right, what other weirdness do we want to put in
they
here?
can make these
Azor
packs
seems
any
fun.
way they want. They're not even the 15 card booster. I mean, the ones for draft, of course, you can't. But these packs, they can design any way they want.
Bad. He's a legend. I mean, that's good enough. All right, Azor. I've always wanted to have an Azor. Now I have an
It's
Azor.
4 mana symbols.
Yeah, he's got. Wow, that's 4 mana symbols. Also,
Like
belongs to
even
the
if
deck.
it was an uncommon with a chance to be a rare land,
Let's
that would be
see,
something.
Flashing out Lyra with. Come on, we can do
But
better than this.
they could
We can
easily
do
put
better
that
than
in a
this.
pack.
I have faith
Why
in
not?
you. I have faith in all of you. Help me find the last card so that we can go lose this. Like, we're gonna get destroyed in this port.
Just do Jace.
I'm not doing Jace.
Just do Jace.
Jace has not earned a place in this deck. Untap all creatures you control is just. What creatures do we have? Lich's Mastery is not one of our colors.
Lich's Master. Chat is
Let's
awesome.
see.
Triple
We're gonna
black.
get wrecked.
Splash for triple
How
black.
do you flash them out with Raph? Raph gives your historic spells. You can cast them as though you had as though they had flash. So let's see. Do we want
How about Lyra?
Axis of
Just put in friggin' Lyra, like one of the best cards in the format that you have sitting there. Also historic.
All right. Do we want? Follow me here.
No.
We're playing a mana ramp deck. Do we want to overwhelming splendor people?
Yes. Do it. Do it.
This is very important. Very important. Do we want to overwhelming splendor?
Like right now, I'm thinking, boy, I'd love to build an overwhelming splendor chain whirler deck.
Oh, I'm seeing
Am I
lots
going
of
to build it?
yeses. All right,
F
good.
no. I'm not going
Thank
to
you
build
for
it.
confirming my bad decisions.
But boy, wouldn't that be fun? A little bit of chain whirler, a little bit of 01 everythings.
Welp.
Seems good.
This is what our deck is. I know Voltaic. Okay, so look. I know
Ooh, and
Voltaic
draft.
Servant is
Nice,
isn't
California.
actually the correct decision, but I also kind of don't care. So if I cared about the right decision,
Get
I would have
in-game.
researched things beforehand. I would have cracked all of my packs and been like, here's precisely the deck that we're playing, and or like had a couple of ways that I could go. I'm just here to.
We're
screw
32
around.
minutes
This is
into
way
the
more
stream.
fun.
Halfway through the stream, he hasn't played a single game yet, or
We see
given
a lot
us
more
any
no's than
information
yeses.
about
You are looking
anything.
wrong. All right, we're gonna
32
spend our
minutes.
points on this. What deck do we want? Well, the one we just built.
Welp.
Submit this deck. Let's go in. Let's find some opponents.
He's very good at naming his decks. I've already
This is where
fallen
it's
into
at.
my old habits. Right now we're in like
Which are enablers,
good
but,
stuff,
in
number
the
3.
best way. All right.
The load
We're
is in on the
playing
overwhelming
an
splendor
actual
chain
match
roller
of
deck.
Magic against an actual opponent with the deck that we have just built. So,
You'll have triple
Yeah,
red
this
by the
deck's got
time you can
30 red.
cast
How come we-
overwhelming splendor. You know,
I mean, loose. That's what I meant to say.
even if you're 2-color.
All right.
He only plays
man.
one
We're
game.
gonna be able to play this card well before turn 8. I'm keeping this hand.
Look at that
Right?
hand.
We definitely don't throw this away.
He's got the pyramid. He's good.
We definitely play this hand. Good answer. Hopefully our opponent is not playing an aggressive deck. Island is a fine start for us.
Get that useless Mox Amber out there.
All right, they've opted in response. Bunch of nothing. That's most of this deck. Let's get this out. Ooh,
Ooh, yeah. I'm with
kinda
Nate.
sweet.
Never seen that
I do not have any legendary
animation.
creatures or planeswalkers. It's
pretty sexy.
So, I will end my turn.
I don't know. He might play a second game, but I know 47 minutes in, he was still playing this game. And he's only got 13 minutes to go.
All right, so we're playing against the control deck. This ought to be good.
This
Sweet.
ought to be good, he
Let's
says.
enter
Really? Because Overwhelming Splendor seems
shift
awfully
it.
bad
We
against
can make it to our
a
opponent's
deck
next
not
turn.
playing creatures.
Pantheon. Actually, you know what? We'll just. Oh, well, that's unfortunate. Make sure we stop on our opponent's end step now. Hey, look, if our opponent's playing the meta, good cards, and their good cards are islands and search for Azcanta, then by definition, we are also playing good cards. Because
he
we
not
have an
pump
island in
the
play.
Pyramid? On turn 2? Why didn't he pump the Pyramid? Did he forget?
Yeah, we missed a brick counter. I didn't stop.
Oh.
I don't know if it. When I shift entered, it just kicked straight
Yep.
to the end of the turn. Or it didn't
Shift
register
enter
over,
goes
but we
right
put a
through
stop
that.
On, so it will not happen to us again. All right, now we're like.
Weatherlight for the win. Is the
we're gonna need
Weatherlight
to
a
start
legendary
drawing
creature
these counter
when it's,
spells out at
you know,
some point.
activated, so then it turns on the
I
Mox?
think I want to keep just charging the Pyramid of the Pantheon, and then we'll just start doing more stuff a little bit later. So let's go ahead and end.
It should be, right?
We'll get the Antiquities War down in the future.
Heart of Kieran should do too. Can it produce colorless?
This is an
Jester, what up?
opportunity for us to learn. Yeah. Oh man, Kitesail Freebooter. Our opponent's gonna look at our hand and wonder what's going on. And by wonder what's going on, I mean take the Antiquities War.
Freebooter.
That's what I would take.
I still think there's a freebooter Knight of Malice deck that can beat up on these blue-white control decks.
There we go. Good decision. Good decision.
Maybe you just go with the black-white version.
Let's-
But I think with some freebooters and a Knight of Malice, they're gonna have a hard time accomplishing their
Alright.
goal.
Do we try to jam a Karn into what is very clearly a Supreme Will? Or do we jam,
It could be a cancel.
think we try to jam
Could be
this
an Admiral's Order.
Let's do this.
Why would you?
Problem is they have a sensor. I don't want to walk into sensor. I'm just gonna next turn. We'll do it next turn. Use the Mox. It doesn't do anything. If they don't
So it
have
doesn't even
anything,
work?
Waiting a turn's not gonna hurt either, right?
That's freaking garbage. Mox Amber is garbage.
The race is on. The game is afoot.
Take a Land War Elves over a Mox
Now,
Amber any
we'll
day
go
of the
ahead
week.
and try jamming this card out. Oh no, we're definitely not tapping that Pyramid of the Pantheon. We can do better than that.
I mean, I guess it's sweet once you have Joyra out to just drop in a Mox Amber for free and draw a card, but a Mox that doesn't accelerate you is not really a Mox. too bad. They just made the card just like too hard to work.
Excellent.
I mean, the pros have been
What would you
trying it.
like?
They
Give us-
tried it
you can
really
use the
hard in
mountain
those
with the
green-white
raft? Yeah,
decks
yeah,
that
yeah.
had the
The
one-drop
raft's hanging out now.
Ovaya. Had the one-drop
Alright.
legendary
The best part is
creature.
now,
Still
you
couldn't
know
make it
what our
work.
Mox
Wasn't
Amber
worth
tabs
it.
for now that we got a Planeswalker in play? Nothing.
Like maybe if it was like a City's Blessing thing, where once you played a color,
Oh, alright.
even if that creature went away, it could still
Definitely
tap
saw
for
that
that
coming, but
color.
it would never have resolved.
That might be pretty sweet.
Let's see.
But at this point, that card looks like garbage to me. I've been liking Shauna. We've been playing green-white here on stream. But I'm certainly not buying a Mox Amber.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Gives us 8. This will be 11.
The fact that you can't run it in like a brown deck with Karn is pretty stupid.
I mean, this will definitely make it into play. I'm not worried about that. I want to get the Raff in. I'm gonna try to drop the Raff in and block here.
I think this is a good play.
Yeah, they got a couple things. Think that I've got enough mana that I can.
Grixis doesn't
get
have that many counter spells normally.
past-
Normally they have more kill spells, in my opinion.
Dispersal is depends on whether he puts this in the graveyard. Yeah, Dispersal I think actually puts him just at or puts him a bit able to counter this. But that's fine.
Isn't Overwhelming Splendor only when it comes into play, as opposed to when it's already in
Let's see what we
play?
got. Have a
No.
Raff.
I don't think so. I think you would get the card back.
Is this Rav gonna survive? Oh, is he gonna Moment of Hunger? Tribute to Hunger. I bet he's got Tribute to Hunger.
Moment of Craving.
I'm gonna end turn.
He didn't even block?
I don't want to walk into Tribute to Hunger.
Oh my god, Nate. Get a pair of balls.
Oh, Chupacabra. Okay. That's fine. I think I'm gonna be able to get a Splendor down.
So instead of
see
killing
what
the
I
Kite
thought.
Sail Freebooter,
This first Power Stone, sure. All right. Let's,
at least play the land.
Let's try this over. Wait, actually, hold on. Cancel. We need to play this mountain first. Now we can do it. Yep. Overwhelming Splendor. Target you. You have Dispersal. I have enough mana to be able to pay for the. All right. Our opponent has been splendored.
Doesn't affect
Okay.
Karn.
Well, this is good. We'll put this into play. I could have splashed in the ship. You're right. I could have flashed it in and activated it. So that's a good point.
Our actions
If I'm
determine
not mistaken.
you may regret that choice.
Loyalty abilities. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna have to find a way. Put a card in your opponent's
I
hand.
guess. I would give him. You give him the Dusk Legion Zealot there, right? Because it doesn't draw a card.
Alright, let's start doing things now.
Beard. Yeah. What up?
Oh, I probably should have given the other one. I don't feel like it has an ability now. So, all right, let's get this Weatherlight into play.
Look at
That'll
that
be
computer tapping that Pyramid of the Pantheon.
Now I just need to draw one of the 5 creatures in the deck, and we'll be fine.
One of
Yeah,
them's a
no,
nice-
can't activate loyalty ability. Can't activate abilities that aren't mana abilities or loyalty abilities. So, Overwhelming Splendor doesn't shut down Planeswalkers, but it does shut down search the Azcanta. So, yes, you keep the cards drafted in draft. And Dominaria draft's coming this weekend. So that
Dominaria draft hype. Time for me to spew.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too.
I know blue-white flyers is one of the archetypes. If you guys know any more of the archetypes,
Alright.
you let me know. I'm looking for all the info I can get before before I guess it's going to start in less than 24 hours now.
Yep, you don't get to draw a card. Good old humility. Alright, well, our opponent does have 4 cards in it. Do they cast that off? They did, okay. Oh, man. Okay.
Oh, it's me.
Pyramid of the Pantheon does seem pretty sweet with Fall Throne. He's going for it.
Gun?
Oh, that's so mean.
I got you this.
Nate's losing it. The cool thing about Search for Iskana here, right, is you blow it up, but then it turns into an enchantment, so you can't get it back from the
Oh, yeah, we're
graveyard.
definitely still eventually dead to the 3/1 ones, but. No, that's smart.
Fall of Thrawn is so dope.
All right, we'll see how
boy.
this goes.
Oh my god.
All right, you can. We choose the one that goes into their hand.
We could take a look at it after
Put it
this
into your opponent's hand. I choose an island.
stream
Once the other
slash
guy
game
back
is
into
over.
the game. Although I guess it doesn't matter because he doesn't have any abilities.
I think it's cool. Well,
Okay. There we go. Let's hit this one and this one back into play.
I don't like that Fall of Thrawn. Like, the opponent gets back the 2 lands first, generally. Wait, no, that's not true. That's not true. I take it back.
Enter.
He must have. I guess you get him back at the same time.
Hopefully our opponent will -1 and.
That's what happens, you get 'em back at the same time.
They know that all they get is a 1/1. Now that they've learned their lesson from the Dusk Legion Zealot. Yep, I didn't think so. That's fine.
Yeah, Torment of Hailfire is shut down. That's for sure.
That, however, they'll probably want. Okay, you can have an opt.
This Karn is doing work, though.
Man, having the Abrade there was such a beating. We're not going to concede. We haven't lost this game. That's ridiculous.
What's Karn at? 7 right now? So our Devastation can't even kill him? I guess when you're not playing a bunch of cast outs and stuff, Karn seems like if you have to actually kill it with damage, I can see why Karn is so scary. Nice Teferi, dude. You better get a blue source so you can play that garbage.
Hour of Devastation, everything away.
Mox Amber doesn't even work to cast it. It only works after he casts it. Well, you get
Maybe our
back your
opponent will have a
little
censor.
saga.
Because
Or is
why
he
would
gonna
you
get
still have a
negated here?
censor at this point in the game? Maybe they won't have a negate. Yeah, all right, cool. Thought so. Got this. And we get the Antiquity War back, finally. Concede.
Has he done a single thing with that Mox Amber yet? No, right?
But not right now.
He's playing an all historic deck and still can't get that.
Oh, man.
Cannot believe it. I can't believe he's got. No, you get to
Teferi
pick the
Time
lands.
Manager. Here, I'll blow it up for you since you look for it. Cost 6, plus starts at 5, +2, untap up to 1 target artifact or creature, -3, gain 2 life, draw 2 cards, -9, take an extra turn. I mostly wanted it to be able to untap artifacts, but oh, hello.
Hey, Mox
No, it's-
Amber, go!
it's the Brave
Do it.
in his hand.
Jam it.
Well,
No. No. We finally would have been able to activate the Mox Amber. Antiquities of War is seeing standard play, by the way, people. It's certainly
Poor Traxos.
a pretty janky deck, but people are working on it. It's a thing. So I think we're missing some cards. There's like a card that gives every
This deck is weird. and I like it.
non-creature spell
I don't know how
improvise.
good it is. Oh no! our
And they're
opponent
using
drew
that
a
card.
mini.
I forget the name of it.
The sad
But if
part
anyone
is our
knows in
plan
chat,
might
but
just be to deck
it's
our
like a
opponent.
3-drop artifact that says anything has an improvised cost now. Basically.
Are you certain of your decision?
I mean, I kind of like the idea of giving them Scarab God. we might actually win by decking our opponent. That is kind of insane. That would be the first time that's happened to me on Arena. It would be kind of cool. Just have to not die.
Oh, he did have Raph on board before the Chupacabra.
Alright, so Pyramid of the Pantheon.
I thought it was 3 mana. I can't think of it. It's got to be in Kaladesh because we don't have it yet. Or Aether Revolt. But I have no idea what it's called. Oop, never seen Joyra.
Pantheon.
Did she just drink a Coke? Or that was like a Periscope? Oh my god, that Mox is ready to go. Crew it up.
I'm going to force our opponent to make
Yeah,
a
man, crew it
decision
up.
about-
Kill that Karn.
Man, Flavor win.
She is the Weatherlight
Joy
captain.
Weatherlight captain is captaining the Weatherlight.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. Okay, cool. So the Abrade goes there. Means our Traxos might get to do some cool stuff. Who knows?
Yeah, that's a fun looking deck.
Who knows? The world has yet to find out. Antiquities War, like, we're gonna.
It's
Like, we
also
have
non-artifacts. You can
3
cast
artifacts in
creatures.
play. This is an 18-point swing next turn, which is like not insignificant. Yeah, it's a good point, Holy Llama. It's like Joyra has crewed the Weatherlight. Sorry about your Chupacabra, bro. You all laughed. Oh, sorry, half of you laughed at this overwhelming splendor, didn't you?
I think it's 40.
Half of you laughed at my overwhelming splendor.
I was on board, Nate.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it was really funny. But,
Whoa.
all right, so
Giddy
let's
up.
do this. Put a Power Stone Shard into play.
Luckily, it didn't
This
tap the
and
pyramid there.
Traxos.
Should have done Traxos first.
I guess he dragged it out slowly.
No, I mean, I can. Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. No, I'm just gonna play Teferi next.
Don't do this. Why? What are you
I
doing?
wanted to be able to play both the Power Stone Shard and the Traxos. So
No.
make sure it's tapping
You're
things
gonna
correctly.
tap
Looks
one-
like it is.
Oh, it costs 1 less? What's
Now
going
we
on there?
are
Oh, he tapped the Power Stone.
fighting. All right, that's cool.
Luckily, that's not terror, right?
Oh man, do it again.
Do it again. Yes.
Combat.
Get in there, Nate. Go.
Attack. All attack. If this is a tribute, I'm gonna laugh because
She
means
lost
that I
her
was
ship
right.
and did not go down with
That's
it.
all I really care about. It is a moment of craving. I did it. That's fine. Between Traxos and the cards we have in our hand, I
Is it fine? You could have drawn 3
think
more
things are
cards
going
with the
really
cards you
well
had
for
in your
us.
hand.
Just destroy
Let's
all
see
that.
this time bender. This
I
is
don't
an
care about
animation
Karn.
I'll
Like I
probably
said,
never
I
see
think that
again.
we might actually literally have a win condition that is our opponent literally decking themselves, since Overwhelming Splendor shut off basically everything that they could want to do.
Champion of wits for
I already
nothing.
played the, didn't I already play the Area
Feels
Combat?
bad, man.
Could have sworn that's what I did. Maybe that's wrong.
Get
Alright,
that Teferi
let's
down. Let me see it.
play Teferi Timebender.
Did they even make an animation for this card?
So I want to get him into play first.
Yeah, Mox Amber won't tap, huh?
But Teferi's fine. I can Teferi Time Bender, untap a Power Stone Shard. Okay, that's fine. And Fall the Thran?
Is that what he did, Soul Power?
All I know is life is real good.
No animation.
Alright.
No animation, no words,
untap
because no one plays this Teferi.
Power Stone
Except
Shard,
good old Nate.
Fall of the Thran.
He wouldn't have been able to cast the fall without casting the land, though.
Let the weird deck continue.
The other player must be like, what is going on?
I mean, I'm currently doing that. Why play land first? So that I could do both of those things. Like, you'll notice none of my lands were untapped when I did it. So
This Karn has been generating quite a bit of value.
have a Karn Scion of Urza.
Not even attacking Teferi,
let's
because
get-
who cares?
What do I have in my hand? I have a mountain now. So irrigated farmland into play. Next turn we'll get red, white, and something else. This deck is really weird. I'm gonna give you that. This has been a very interesting experience. We're probably only gonna get through one game because this game deck also takes forever to play. But it has been. I don't know about you guys. I've been having
No,
a
I
very
think it was a mountain.
interesting time playing this.
I love watching this.
Yeah, so if I untap this, I'm just gonna keep ticking them up. Oh, it's artifact creature. I'm dummy. We will untap our Moxander. And we will play
Should cycle that.
this irrigated farmland.
Gotta cycle that for more action. Play the mountain.
Alright, we'll start minusing him next turn. Stay ahead.
He keeps plussing his
Alright,
Karn. He wants to deck himself. He's all in on the deck.
Sure, you can have an opt.
I mean, he needed to play like exactly
Cliff
this
Top Retreat.
deck, like Grixis
Cliff Top Retreat is just
ETB deck.
basic plans.
Like if it was mono red, he would have gotten run over. If it was white blue control, overwhelming splendor wouldn't be on the board. But it just he got the perfect matchup to show off, like somehow
Alright,
have the game go on forever.
draw some cards and gain some life.
Draw
Stave
2
off
cards.
defeat for a
It's
little
pretty sweet.
longer. Oh man. So let's see. We want to play a that.
I can't believe he bought that Teferi.
and Let's tap that.
You crazy, Nate.
Since we
You
don't
crazy.
care too
You-
much,
I wouldn't have.
we have a million.
I don't think you use any of the Power Stone shards, right?
Mana available to us, and we're not really doing anything else because that would be ridiculous.
First, you play the third one, and then you start tapping them.
Let's do
It doesn't really matter, though.
And then make a Joyra, which I know, we could have drawn a card. Don't get on me. I know it's true.
Yeah, another good point by chat there. Is he could have drawn a card off that Power Stone.
Remember, our path to victory is decking our opponent, so we can't draw too many cards.
Yeah, they'd all be 1/1 though, right? Forever.
That is by design. Hopefully they're not playing like memory. That would be a real problem. I mean, it wouldn't be a problem. I think we still win from this point, but
What was lost is now
Starting to get some cards back.
all right. Our opponent found another 1/1. Oh, our opponent found another 1/1. Do nothing.
You're at 7. Let's go wide on you.
Let's got a lot of 1/1 do nothing.
That's true.
At some
That's
point,
exactly what
they
I
might
was just
actually take
saying.
bonus
So
damage. Oh, this is gonna be fun.
nice double legendaries in hand.
All right, so I'm just gonna continue to do this. We can just play another Teferi at some point.
I cannot get over the fact that he got these Teferis. Maybe we'll go back and rewatch that part after.
Oh. Oh. Hello.
Cast a
My
Lotus.
beautiful baby boy.
Wait, you need Joyra. What happened to
All
Joyra?
right. How much mana do I have? 1,000,000 D? 1, 2, 3. Let's play our land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 16, 17. That is enough to. This costs
Joyra first.
2 effectively.
Joyra first.
17 becomes 15.
Is he gonna do it again?
becomes Joyra
All right.
into
Got it braided.
Gilded
3
Lotus
toughness.
into
Kind of sucks. If Joyra was a 3/4, that card would be much better.
Joyra first. Gilded Lotus.
Ooh, look at that Mox. Look at that Mox go. Play the Mox. Draw a card first.
Blue,
See what you got.
White.
Come on, man. Play that Mox. This is the time they're good.
Azor the Lawbringer. Alright.
This is what you play the Mox for.
This will be
Play
good
the
for me.
Mox!
I think
What?
I'm happy.
Oh, it's legendary, huh? I'm the idiot now, right?
We can't draw too many cards. We're gonna deck.
I
our
would still
opponent.
play the Mox, though.
Flashy and Azor. See if
Tap
Flash-
it, help cast Azor, and then draw a card.
With Raph.
We're not decking ourselves. We're smart.
Say hello to my little friend.
We are smart people.
Yesterday's stream,
Who
Hazan, I
cast our
played
spells
approach
the
as
wrong
fast as I could.
Routinely.
We did okay. Yeah. I think that's still a better play.
Opponent's going wide on us. They got a strat. Huh. Could wipe the board.
Freaking Nate.
All right.
That took 1 hour. From the beginning of the stream till the end of his first game.
Got up to one. We will get at least 3 uncommons and 200 gold. All right, it is rapidly approaching 3 o'clock, which is I'm not gonna lie. We have
Got 'em.
5.5 minutes left, which there's no chance in hell we'll get through that. Yeah. So what did you guys think? You like that very strange, very interesting deck? We got the Splendor and opponent, and it was legit real good that entire game. I had a good time. I don't know about you. You had a good time, Sean? Yeah, Sean.
I love this.
Super big thumbs up. That's awesome.
That was Nate's
All right,
dream.
I appreciate there are a ton of excellent streamers out there streaming MTG Arena right now. I really do appreciate you guys taking the opportunity to come hang out with me for an hour. I only get to do this about once a week, and they get to have fun with you guys the rest of the time. So please go out. Don't stop watching Arena now. Just stop watching it with me. Go find somebody else who's streaming right now and give them some love. And if you haven't signed up for the closed beta, definitely do it because we're still ramping up the number of people
What's
who are
a
getting
BCR?
in quickly. So go to mtgarena.com, get signed up. If you want to become one of those streamers out there who's making content for us right now, or is making content for MTG Arena, I should say, and you don't know how, we got some creator kits that are good places to get started. We're actually going to be updating those relatively soon for people who are trying to get in for the first time. Yeah, we're really looking forward to hear from you guys. So please let us know what you think of the game if you're playing it right now. Let us know if you got any questions at all. You can reach us on social media, Twitter at MTG_arena. You can reach us
beefy
on
cheese
Facebook
rib
at
steaks.
facebook.com/Magic the Gathering Arena.
It was too close to
and
ICR.
Make sure that once you get signed up for the creator program, get signed up for the closed beta, you also have access to our forums. I think right now it's read only for people who aren't actually in.
I liked the
closed
Lona.
beta. But definitely go read. You can check things out there. That's where we post most of our information, including any of the really.
They kind of
cool
look like
stuff that we're gonna
this
plan
page
to do.
now,
So
but worse.
Keep an eye out there. Because I won't see you until this weekend. Hope those of you guys who are in the closed beta have a good time drafting Dominaria this weekend. I absolutely know that I'm going to. I'm actually happy that I've got a few gems saved up because as you can see, playing games like that takes me a long time. I don't know if I'll actually build up enough gold because I don't get to play very often by this weekend, but you can bet that I'm going to be jamming some Dominaria myself. So really appreciate you guys coming and hanging out. I am going to sign off. This is Nate Price again, MTG Arena Community Manager. One of them, I should say. And I will see you guys in this exact same seat 1 week from today. So have a good weekend, and I'll see you guys next week.
Peace out, Nate. I don't know. Every time I think I don't want to do one of these arena streams, because there's no more information. I have fun doing it. I mean, because chat's here, though. This wouldn't be nearly as fun if there weren't people to talk to in chat.